If I had not discovered this recipe, we would not be plant-based.
No way!
Mac and cheese, essentially Kraft dinner, was and still is a staple in our household.
Oh, macaroni and cheese. We gotta make this.
Now it's made with no oil, whole food, vegan, creamy, cheesy pasta. It is so good. Welcome to Comfort Food Farms, the plant-based home cooking channel. If this is the first time we're meeting, I'm Kari Greger. I'm glad you've joined us. Let's get into it.
You will need 1 cup of chopped up potatoes, a 1/3 cup of carrots, a 1/3 cup of chopped sweet onion, and 2/3 a cup of raw cashews. Put those into a saucepan and cover it with water and then boil them for 10 minutes on the stove. Put into your blender 3 tablespoons of nutritional yeast, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, a 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder, a 1/2 to 1 teaspoon of salt, that's optional, 1/2 teaspoon of seasoning salt, also optional, a pinch of paprika, healthy pinch, 1/8 of a teaspoon. You can also put in 1/8 of a teaspoon of cayenne. Drain the cooked vegetables and reserve some of the liquid. Now put the vegetables and the cashews into the blender. Let them cool a bit and take 1 cup of the liquid. If you want a thicker sauce, take less and make sure it's a little bit cooler. We don't want to put boiling hot liquid into the blender.
In a pot of boiling water, we cook our spaghetti until it's al dente, firm to the tooth. Here you go.
It's best to use a whole grain product if you want whole food. Cover the macaroni with water and cook it according to the directions on the package. I'm using 2/3 of a cup per portion, so that's 1 1/3 cup.
If you want the sauce a little oranger or sweeter, add more carrot. If you have a gluten intolerance, then use a pasta that satisfies that need. This sauce is gluten-free, so it will work with any kind of pasta or vegetables.
They're gluten-free.
How about broccoli and cheese sauce? Or potatoes au gratin? Or queso dip, anyone? There are so many ways to use this sauce. If you have eliminated all the salt from your diet, omit it in the recipe. You can always just add it topically afterwards. You make it the way you want, because remember, when you make it yourself, you have total control over the fat, salt, and sugar. Are you getting value from this video? Give me a thumbs up below. Subscribe and hit the bell so you know when another recipe is posted.
We want to blend this until the cashews are completely smooth. Now, here our macaroni is finished. We just pour the mixture from the blender over top of the macaroni. Doesn't that look lovely? It's marvelous. Mix it in, that whole grain pasta, with our sauce that is made from vegetables. Looks delicious, and it is delicious. Whole food, plant-based. To store it, I will portion it out in 2/3 cup amounts for the freezer. I find the ratio of equal amounts of sauce and dry pasta is what works best. So I use 2/3 a cup of dry pasta, then 2/3 a cup of sauce. Now let's make some Velveeta Rotel dip. I've drained the tomatoes and chilies, and I've got about 1/2 cup of the sauce that was extra that didn't get used up. I'm going to spoon in as much. I think it ends up that I add the same amount of tomatoes and chilies as I have sauce. I'm doing this to just demonstrate the many uses that you can make out of this. Look at, isn't that beautiful? It is that delicious cheese and tomatoes and chili dip that we love so much. Just like the Velveeta and Rotel dip, this is best served warm. Doesn't that macaroni and cheese look lovely? Creamy, cheesy mac and cheese.
Dude, macaroni and cheese is food of the gods.
Yeah, the gods are 5-year-olds.
I'm going to taste the queso dip. As I usually make macaroni and cheese with this. I've got whole grain chips. Yes, they probably are fried. You could use crackers, you could use toasted wheat bread, whole grain wheat bread. Here it goes. Oh, if you have ever missed that Velveeta and Rotel dip that they serve when there's Super Bowls on or a football game, this is it. It was a little bit runny. I had to drain the tomatoes before I added it to it because the sauce didn't need any more liquid added to it. But I tell you, that's fantastic. If you've gotten some good information from this video, please give me a like below. And while you're down there, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you will know when whole food plant-based butter is posted next week. That's the next recipe that I'm going to be working on. It is fat-free too. Fat-free butter? That's worth clicking the subscribe button for. And leave me a comment while you're down there. Leave me a comment. Let me know if you try the queso dip, if you try the mac and cheese, and what you think of it. You know what? This Rotel sauce with the cheese sauce would really be good on pasta. There's another idea. See, I told you, so many ways to use this sauce. So many ways. So leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Thank you for watching.